The bugs here on Venus 9.5 are the largest I've ever seen. Thankfully, our engineer was able to manufacture a bug repellent that's surprisingly non-toxic for humans, but lethal to giant mosquitoes. Hi, I'm StonerSteve, and welcome to another episode of Live From My Watch, the podcast that's recorded on a smartwatch. Why are we in Venus 9.5? I will tell you. The galaxy's in peril. Sorry about that. Dragon smoke. My producers asked me to cut down on the sound effects. Sorry about that. Anyways. Yeah, so what were we talking about? Giant mosquitoes in Venus 9.5. Now this is still a Napoleon timeline, but it is a totally different galaxy. Well, we came to Venus 9.5 looking for the blue umbrella of solar tree. Now this legendary object illuminates rainbow lights enough to fill a whole fairy forest. And it was the United Fairy of the United Fairy Organization, UFO. UFO. That won't get confusing at all. Especially as this story involves aliens. Alien abductions from Mars Tells, Kansas. First cow, then cat, then goldfish, then the mare. However, there was a farmer who disappeared 6 months prior to this event. In this situation, it could have been like a test run by the Greens. The green aliens. The Martians. Green beans from space. We'll be right back. Today's episode is brought to you in part by Boxes for Cats. Order anything you want, as long as it's gonna be as big as your cat, or bigger. And then just throw the empty box on the ground, and your cat will jump into it and love it. Live from My Watch is brought to you in part by generous donations from viewers like you. Schmink you. Donate to the link in the description. And now back to the show. My life was at stake. And the only thing anyone cared about was vegan steak. I mean, it was delicious. It was the first time we had a steak that was plant-based and actually tasted like meat. The secret, of course, it was really meat. We didn't find that out until the end of the story. If you think about it, every satellite is a new star. And every star could have been a sun. At the center of the galaxy, there's a satellite so large that it is the sun for its galaxy. Here the universal elders sit. Radiating vibes out into the universe, directing the flow of destiny. Destiny's Child split up because one of the elders sneezed. Little known, unqualified fact. Asterisk, not a fact. The unicorn child was born in February, although later tales attributed it to an April shower. Many years later, it was the unicorn child now grown into an adult centaur. Who freed the horses from captivity. It was a controversial decision. We'll be right back. Today's episode is brought to you by Puffs of Green. I swerved through traffic, avoiding the cars as they came. It was like a video game. Left, right, left. A little twitch of my wrist. The car is a finely tuned machine. Leapt like a panther from lane to lane. Always sure, always quick. Pursuers were gone. I'd lost them. It's not conventional adventure for a wizard. But then again, what's conventional about my adventures? After hiding my vehicle, giving it a little kiss on the hood, stretched out on a dirty motel bed. It was the 80s. What exactly I was doing here and what exactly was happening in the room next door was hard to determine. I had received a summons, a request from an unidentified source with authority. Something felt important about this. This was the crunch timeline, so anything is possible. Outside, the hum, like a drone, militaristic. Up 2 to 3 foot mosquitoes. I didn't know this motel's thin walls would keep them out. But I had my bug repellent. Still, too many. And too many bugs would overcome the repellent. It wouldn't matter. I might have to think of another way to survive this. Meanwhile, on a UFO, hovering 40 feet above. And I'm calling it a UFO because it's classic circular silver ship. UFO. The captain of the ship was interrogating the mayor of the town, who was frightened, but brave in the face of this sudden addition to her otherwise peaceful career as a public servant. The beings kept offering her a bowl of Starburst, but they were all green. Green Starburst is usually the tropical flavors, the mayor thought. A cancerous coconut. said the green being standing about 4 foot, 1.5 which was head. It blinked large, shiny eyes. A similar looking being, although the complexion was a different shade of green, and the features were different, said, they held the bowl out. Well, one of them was holding the bowl, and the other one stood nearby, pleading, big, shiny eyes. The mayor sighed. How could she resist? They were so cute. They looked like a Lisa Frank drawing. Fine. Give me the bowl. She took a Starburst and popped it in her mouth. Oh, green apple. That's not a bad surprise, she thought. The chain rattled on my door. It woke me up, cold sweat. The bugs were trying to get in. Wizard, let me in, said a voice outside. What? Who is it? Who could that be? Sorry for running long. My listeners. Ooh, I think my captain's chair just broke. Well, we'll figure that out on the next episode, when we wrap up this enthralling tale and deliver the next chapter in the ongoing saga of the time-traveling adventures of me, StonerSteve. I've been your host of Live From My Watch, a variety podcast recorded on a smartwatch. Until next time, please like and subscribe. Bye.